Hey, this is Mr. Elmhorst. We're going to go through our first unit, the integer review, where we're going to add and subtract integers. So let's get started right here. So in the first one, we're going to use the counters to combine or put integers together. So combining integers. So we have the first one here. There's three positives, or positive 3. And then we count our negatives, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's negative 6. So when we combine positive 3 and negative 6, we can actually use zero pairs or canceling. We can pair them up. Plus minus is 0, plus minus is 0, plus minus is 0. So positive, negative, we have 3 zero pairs. And then we look at how many extra negatives we have. And we end up with 3. So just following our rule here, so we have positive and negative. Positive and negative, these are opposites, so we actually subtract the numbers. So 6 minus 3 gives us negative 3. Okay, going to the right, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have 9 positives, or positive 9. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 negatives. Okay, now we could put parentheses around us just to show that those are all grouped together, all those positives. And we can put parentheses here saying that all those negatives are grouped together. But it means the same thing. So now looking at positives and negatives, we have opposites. Positives and negatives cancel, so we're going to subtract these numbers. And we subtract by canceling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 zero pairs. And this one we are also left with negative 3, or 3 negatives left over. Okay, so that's the color counters, or the integer chips. Then we go on to the number lines. So we're going to use the number lines to combine integers or put them together. And we're going to start with our first integer, negative 8, and go on the number line. And I like to go between the lines down here. So we have negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That helps you figure out how long the line is. Okay, so that's negative 8. And then we're combining that with a positive 10. So we're going to turn around and then go positive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That'll tell you how long to put the arrow there. And so these integers together, so negative 8 and 10 all together will equal positive 2. And if we check our integer rule, we have negative, and then we have negatives and positives. So you subtract your numbers, 10 minus 8 does give you 2. Okay, so going to our second example here, negative 2. So we're on the number line starting at 0, negative 1, negative 2. And then we have negative 6. Negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to end up at negative 8. And checking our integer rule here, negatives and negatives, they're the same. So because they're the same, then we add them. And negatives 2 plus 6 is 8, and they're all negative, so we got negative 8. Okay, so now we're going to look at the writing a math problem for a number line. And this starting arrow right here is going to be 0. And we're moving to the right, and you can count 1, 2, 3, 3 little spots. So we have plus 3 or positive 3. And then we have negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it looks like we have -6 on the number line. It's kind of hard to see there. And that's going to give us 1, 2, 3 to the left of 0. And so that's going to leave us with -3 for our answer. So the model on the right is a little easier to see. Starting from 0, we go -1, -2. So that is our first integer, -2. And come up above. Now we're going to go back in the positive direction. So +1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So then we have +5. So -2 and +5, and we're going to end up at +3. So someone can walk 5 floors up. They walked 5 floors up, and then in the apartment, and then 2 floors down. We're going to write an expression. So up means positive. So we went +5. And after we went +5, then they went down 2 floors, -2. So we went up 5, went down 2. So 5 minus 2, you're going to be left at 3, or the 3rd floor. So what's the ending balance of the checking account? So you have the starting balance. This is cash in the account. So this is the account here. So we're going to start with $96.78. And if you withdraw money, you're withdrawing, or you're taking with you, that's going to be a -$40. You're taking it out of the account. And then you purchase something. Purchasing means you're spending the money. So you're taking it out of the account. And then deposit, I'm going to put this here, posit. So deposit is the same as positive. Deposit means you're putting it into the account. So then you're going to add that. So we got 4000. So we're going to take money out of the account and see what we have left. So we got $56.78, and then we're going to spend some more money here. So we got $23.67. We're spending that money. So it looks like there's $33.11, and then we deposit some money. So we got $33.11, and then we put in more money, $28.98. That's 9, 10, carry the 1, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 6. So bring the decimal value down here. So what is the ending balance? So we can write it right here. So the ending balance is $62.09. Okay, we got a few practice problems down below. So I'm actually going to jump to this one here. So because we have addition in the middle, that's what we want. We want to combine integers. So these are already set up. So following the combining integer rules, so we have negatives and negatives. They are the same sign. So we have the same sign, so we're going to add the numbers. So 97 and 32, they're all negatives. We add them up. So 7, 8, 9, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now, because they're negatives, then your answer would be negative. Okay, now right here, so there's no sign out here, so we put a positive. Okay, so we have positives and negatives, so these are opposites. Opposites are going to subtract the numbers. So 8 minus 4 is 4, and then there's more positives, so our answer is positive 4. Okay, so we did these here, and we want to combine, so I'm going up here to take a look at our problem up here. So this is not combining, this is subtracting. So we need to change this problem to a combining problem or adding. So we're going to keep the first integer, change this to addition, and then change the other sign for the second integer. And then follow our rules. Negatives and positives, these are opposites. And because they're opposites, we are going to subtract the numbers. So 8 minus 1 is 7. You have more positives, so you have positive 7. Okay, so we're going to go keep, change, change. So 8 plus positive 4. Okay, so these are all positive, so we're just going to add them up. 8 plus 4 is 12. Okay, so we have 13 minus 29. Because that's subtraction, we're going to go keep, change, change. So we go 13 plus negative 29. So these are opposites. So we're going to subtract the numbers. So 29 minus 13. And we go back over here. We have more negatives, so our answer would be negative. Okay, so we have subtraction here. So keep, change, change. So add a line, change the sign. So these are all positives, so we're going to add all positives. So 46 plus 5. And again, we have subtraction here, so we're going to go keep, change, change. So negative 2 plus positive 4. Okay, so positive 4, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2. 0 pairs cancel out, and you're left with positive 2. And the last one here, so we got 9 minus 3, which is 6, and then 3 minus 9 is going to make this negative, negative 6. All right, so if we're combining the same sign, we're going to add the numbers. And if we're combining the different sign, we're going to subtract the numbers. All right, so I'm actually going to type this out here. All right, same sign, add numbers, and keep the sign, keep the integer sign. Different sign, subtract, and keep sign of bigger integer. Okay, so for example, let's say we had negative 5, and negative 10. Because those are the same, we compare these are both the same. They're the same sign. We're going to add the numbers. So 10 plus 5 is 15. and then we keep the sign of whatever it is, which is negatives. So we got negative 15. So if we have negative 5 and positive 10, negative 5 and positive 10, these are different signs. These are different signs, so we're going to subtract the numbers. So 10 minus 5 is 5, and then you keep the sign of whichever one you have more of, which is positive. So absolute value So the absolute value of a negative number or a positive number, you just take out the sign and it's just the number. So it is distance from 0, just the number. We don't count it as positive or negative. Okay, so the example down below, the absolute value of negative 3 is just 3. So the absolute value of negative 1 is just 1. And the absolute value of 9 is just 9, so all of this is going to be 10. So we did this already. The absolute value of that is going to be 3. So we're going to put these in order from least to greatest, which will be your biggest positive numbers, and then least is going to be negative numbers. So we're going to start with our biggest negative number, and then negative 8, and then between the negative numbers, and then we have 2, and this is actually going to be 3, but we put it as negative absolute value of negative 3. So find the opposite of the numbers. The opposite of negative 3 is going to be positive 3. So the opposite of 5 is going to be negative 5.